What if I told you that there was a way to 100% confirm a spirit in Phasmophobia? You might be thinking, well, of course you can do the smudge timer test with the spirit because the spirit cannot hunt after 3 minutes. Of course, with RNG going against you, any ghost can choose not to hunt after being cleansed by an incense for 3 minutes. Well, there is actually a way that you can confirm a spirit with this incense test, and it all involves the fact that you cannot re-cleanse a ghost. Let me explain. All right, so here we go. We're going to cleanse it right here. So we start our timer. And now, if we were to need it again, like because we get caught out and we incense this ghost again, it does not reapply the cleanse effect. So we do not reset our timer. It's still the same one from the first one. That's what I mean by you cannot reapply a cleanse effect. It's just going to take our first incense that we used. This is what we're taking advantage of here to try to confirm the spirit. And a massive shout out to content creator Mike, who I first learned this from and have tried to learn because it is absolutely an amazing way to test. I'll leave his links down below. Be sure to check him out. So here's what you want to do. After you have cleansed the ghost, go ahead and you can set up motion sensors in the ghost room so you can keep track of the ghost position. Now, when the timer gets to around like 2 minutes, 50 seconds, you want to be looking to see, does the motion sensor set off and where you can go so you can use your second incense to figure out the timer from there. Another good way is also if there's a physical ghost event, because you know exactly where the ghost is, you can then use the incense and then restart your timer from that point. And you're using the motion sensors or the ghost event because you want to make sure that the ghost was in that area when you used your incense again. Otherwise, this test is not going to work. And just remember now, if this ghost is a spirit, that second incense we used had no effect on it. Again, that's because you cannot reapply a cleanse effect on the ghost. This means that if the ghost hunts prior to 60 seconds, you know the ghost is automatically a spirit. If it hunts between like 60 seconds and a minute 30, it could be a demon then, and then any other ghost after that if it does unfortunately happen to not hunt until a minute 30 afterwards. Now, if you're playing with evidence and you have something like EMF 5 or the spirit box that a demon cannot have, then you know that you don't have to worry about that 60-second timer, and it's just going to be anything prior to 90 seconds or a minute and a half. Now, to sound confusing, I'm going to go ahead and show you some examples of how this sort of works. Let's look at this game here. So we cleanse the ghost right here, so we start our incense time. Now, I use live split to keep up with my timer. I have a video on how to set that up if you want exactly what I use. Of course, you can also use a phone, a stopwatch, anything else that you want. It's just really important that you time this. Now, I have motion sensors set up in the ghost room here, so I know around where the ghost is as it gets closer and closer to around 2 minutes 45 seconds and 2 minutes 50 seconds to try to cleanse again. I do it a little bit early here at 2 minutes and 42 seconds because I see the ghost set off the motion sensor. I know that's specifically where the ghost is, so I use my incense once more and I restart the timer. 48 seconds after we reapplied that cleanse to the ghost hunted, which meant it could only be a spirit. A demon still would have had to wait for another 12 seconds because obviously no ghost can hunt prior to 60 seconds after they get cleansed with an incense, and we knew we hit that ghost because it was right near that motion sensor. Now, if you're still like, well, I'm kind of unsure like what to do, let me show you an example of not a spirit here. All right, so we're going to cleanse this ghost right here and we're going to start our smudge timer. All right, so it's about 2 minutes 50 seconds. So now we're going to reset this and see how long it takes the ghost to hunt. So again, we know that we hit the incense because it went through here and we're already past 90 seconds. Now it hunts, so that just shows that right there, that was just some bad RNG on our side. The ghost was going to take almost 3 minutes to hunt. Now, this could still be a spirit. We just don't know because it hunted after the 90-second mark. We're just going to need to do more testing. If that still seems kind of confusing, let me go through another example of how we confirm a spirit. So we first cleanse the ghost here. We start our smudge timer. Now, as we're getting closer and closer to 3 minutes, the ghost does a singing ghost event here, which means we physically know where the ghost's actual location is. Here at about 2 minutes, 57 seconds, we go ahead, we reapply that smudge effect and start the timer. Now here, if the ghost hunts prior to 90 seconds, I know that we're dealing with the spirit because we already have evidence here that rules out a demon. This ghost actually ends up hunting at about 48 seconds after that second cleanse because that second cleanse did not reapply or affect the ghost, and we know that that ghost was hit by that because of the ghost tip. Now, if you want to put this knowledge to the test, go ahead and click or tap the screen now to play along with my You Decide series, where I don't really tell you anything about the ghost in the game, and then after the game, after you've made your guesses based on the ghost abilities, I'll tell you exactly how we got the ghost and how we eliminated ghosts. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to all the Twitch subscribers, channel members, gifters, cheers, everything. I appreciate you all so much. Happy hunting, everybody, and I'll see you in my You Decide series.